Happy Friday, everybody. Get ready for some Friday night hockey, brought to you by OCA Media, your home for Panther sports. My name is Matt Kingsley, and I'm here tonight with Miles on the camera. And we're just some Zamboni time and starting lineups time away from tonight's Badger Conference action between the home Oregon Panthers, the Fightin' Orange and Black, taking on the Milton Redhawks. And they're wearing strictly black tonight with a little red and white striping and piping. And very flashy goalie helmets, at least for the number one, who just finished his JV game. Old Henrik Schapfeld is yet to see any varsity minutes, so we're going to see Porter Malzewski out there for the Redhawks. And tonight we're going to see Tyson Benjamin in goal for the Oregon Panthers, as they continue to rotate through their three goaltenders. Everybody getting a shot, getting a chance to show what they can do. Tyson's looked great in the opportunities he's had so far. That's quite a contrast between the two teams, with Milton having one goalie playing every single varsity minute, and I'm assuming Henrik Schapfeld has gotten all the JV action. A little goal sharing setup between the two. Whereas the Oregon Panthers, all three of their goalies have, at this point, I don't have the exact stats because the last I checked, they weren't uploaded from the most recent Oregon Panthers game. But all three of the Oregon goalies, freshman Evan Sweeney, sophomore Tyson Benjamin, and junior Deacon Johnson, they're all up over 150 minutes in net in varsity games this year. And they've all gotten some time in the JV as well, so good for those guys. Everybody getting a chance to show what they can do. And Oregon's done a pretty good job defensively most of the time. They're on a little bit of a back-to-back tough games, giving up 7 goals to Madison Edgewood a week ago, and giving up 7 goals earlier this week to Sauk Prairie. Both of those were 2-7 losses. So Oregon 10-6 on the year, 5-2 in the Badger Conference, looking to get back on track against Milton. And the Redhawks, they're 5-11 on the year, 3-6 in the Badger Conference. Most recently, they had a 10-0 win over Stoughton. You know, I've said some good things about Stoughton on here lately. And early this season, they seem to be pretty competitive, especially in the first periods. And then, you know, with a smaller team in terms of player numbers, they'd get worn down by the end and usually, get beat in the third period. But Stoughton's had a couple of rough ones lately, including at the hands of Milton earlier this week. Now, their other conference victories in the Badger Conference, Milton also beat the South Central Navigators 5-4. Good close game. And early in the season, they put up a 4-1 victory over Beaver Dam. And the Panthers, meanwhile, they have their they're 10-6 overall, 5-3 in the conference. So 5-3 in the conference, 5-3 out of the conference for the Panthers. And those 5 conference wins have come against Baraboo Portage and South Central Navigators and Monroe. That was a great game. James Shervin with the overtime winning goal, assisted by Dawson Peterson back on December 18th. Always a fun one. And Oregon also had a conference win up in Reedsburg against the Reedsburg Dells team. And Oregon beat Stoughton 8-1 earlier in January. So there's the Badger Conference wins. Of course, as we've discussed on here before, Madison Edgewood in the conference, the defending Division I state champs. The conference is theirs to lose, and nobody in the conference has beat them yet. I think only Wausau West has been able to knock off the Edgewood Crusaders so far this year, and I don't know. I'm going to have to check the all-time scoring stats because Owen Porter's up to 44 goals already for Edgewood this year. I got to see if he's at all close to Andrew Jakey. Last I knew, class of 2020. Let me see, 2 years ago. Let me do some math. I think class of 2024, Oregon graduate Andrew Jakey was the all-time leading goal scorer in the state, and he still holds that title. But always tough competition with guys. You get that powerhouse line up there in Edgewood with Owen Porter, Owen Cook, and Owen Barnett. And sometimes their PA announcer gets a little cocky with it. And he just says, "Goal, Owen, from Owen, and Owen." Doesn't even bother with the last names. Well, anyways, of course, OCA Media, a nonprofit organization which you can support. You can go to ocamedia.com. And we want to say thank you to all of our financial sponsors, including the Village of Oregon, a great place to live, work, and play. The Oregon School District, actively building competency, character, culture, and community. The Oregon Athletic Booster Club, doing great things for all Panther sports. Your membership dues directly support our student athletes, so consider becoming a booster today. And at any of the Oregon sporting events that you go to, with some exceptions, including hockey, but most of them, you're going to have a nice concession stand. You can go get yourself a snack. You can go get yourself a $2 hot dog. And I tell you what, that's a lot cheaper than most other places. They're running $3 to $3.50 for a hot dog these days, and ours taste better. So come support the Boosters. Get a hot dog and a Pepsi and enjoy your Panther sports. All right, additional sponsors include the Oregon Area Cares Community Coalition, working to ensure a safer, more nurturing community for young people to thrive. One Community Bank. Hey, go on into One Community Bank, especially on Saturday mornings. Get your cookie, get your popcorn, get a nice cup of coffee, do your banking transactions, and be on your way. Shackelford Heating and Cooling. This time of year, it's important to make sure that furnace is running well. It might be a little late to get a tune-up, but if you didn't do it already, hey, give Shackelford Heating and Cooling a call. They'll come check it out. Make sure your filters are clean. Make sure your vents are good. Additional sponsors include Stoughton Health. They've got the hospital. They've got the urgent care. Stoughton Health. J.L. Richards Prime Meats and Catering. That's what I had for dinner last Friday night. Oh, delicious fish fry down at J.L. Richards Prime Meats and Catering. And, of course, Wisco Industries. You need a pizza oven, give Wisco Industries a look. They make the best pizza ovens out there. The OCA Media is a nonprofit organization, and if you enjoy watching our broadcast, please consider becoming a sustaining member or become a sponsor of Panther Sports on OCA. And you can do that by visiting the website, ocamedia.com. OCAMEDIA.com. All right. These two teams, Milton and Oregon, they played an exciting game last year. And so this was at Stoughton at the Mant Community Center. They have changed their home rink. Now Milton plays out of the new rink down in Janesville, and I haven't been down there yet. I'm hoping to make it down there for a game one of these days, maybe get a little Panda Express afterwards or some Taco John's, both right across the street there from that new rink. Can't go wrong with your delicious, highly processed fast food. Just what you need after a hockey game. But anyways, last year's game was at Stoughton, and Oregon did win that game 5-4, but Milton had a 4-2 lead late in the second, and Easton Lindert got it going. Of course, a class of 2025 graduate, one of the captains last year. So Easton Lindert got this goal late in the second period, assisted by Dawson Peterson and Ethan Dish, and Oregon went into the break down 3-4. But early in the first minute of the period, Ethan Dish tied it up on a goal assisted by Drew Yachman and Tim Grice. And then late in the game, 3.5 minutes to go, Easton Lindert got the unassisted game winner for his third goal of the night. Really good performance. Lindert with the hat trick. Dawson Peterson had 2 assists. Timmy Grice had 2 assists. And Ethan Dish and Keaton DiMartino each had a goal and an assist. Good come-from-behind performance by the Panthers, showing some grit last year. And we'll see what we have going on this year. I know Oregon's got the better record coming in, but, you know, Milton, this has been a pretty good team. Their JV team looked pretty solid out there today, even though the Oregon JV was able to prevail 6-2. Big game out there for Charlie Ashmore. He had a goal and a couple of assists. A lot of penalties in that game. Well, not a lot, but a few. I was in there working the clock, so some very nice young fellas from Milton were in there to visit. And, of course, some wonderful kids from Oregon in there as well. A lot of those Milton kids that play JV, we've got about 4 or 5 of them that dual rostered on the varsity as well. And the Panthers in the same boat. So we'll see some of those guys out there. So some of these players are already warmed up and loose. Hopefully they don't get too cold in the, well, it winds up being about a half hour from the end of the JV game to the start of the varsity. And we're about 2 minutes away from dimming the lights and having the players come out for the starting lineups, which, according to my inside information for Oregon, James Shervin, Keaton DiMartino, and freshman James Mueller's name was circled, so that's cool. I don't think he's had his name called out here yet to start a varsity game, so that's always fun for a freshman. And the defenseman tonight, we're going to be another freshman, Nick Schrader, but he's been out there all season. Not the first time for him, and senior Desmond Kingsley will be there with him on defense. And as we mentioned, Tyson Benjamin is getting the start tonight in goal for the Panthers. A little dark in here. Let me take my glasses off. All right, so starting for Milton tonight is going to be Austin Shoemaker, Caden Whitty, Lucas, I've got the pronunciation, Velasic, Beckett Johnston, Shane Salfeld, and in goal, Porter Maluski. But we'll still try and pick up the public address announcer, Mr. Peterson, as he'll hop on the mic in about a minute or so. The lights have dimmed here at the Oregon Ice Arena. If you're tuning in from outside of the state, it is currently negative 12 degrees, mostly clear, and with the wind chill, it probably feels like 30 or 40 or 50 below. But it wasn't so cold to cancel the hockey game. They did cancel school. Both these school districts, and pretty much every school district that I'm aware of, at least in the southern half of Wisconsin here, they all canceled classes today. That's too cold, especially early in the morning when it was minus 20, and who knows what it was with the wind chill. And if you're homesick, like Mrs. Stata, make sure you get your chicken soup and pound those clear fluids and get on the mend so you can come and say hey to your kid when he's in the penalty box at his next game. And that's just good general advice for anybody out there. Clear fluids, drink your chicken broth, your orange juice, your water and tea, and help keep the ills away. I'm going to turn up the camera mic and listen to Mr. Peterson.
At this time, we ask you to please join us in a moment of silence in honor of those who struggle with mental health challenges, those we have lost, and those who continue to fight every day. Thank you. And now, to honor America, please remove your hats. Stand if you are able for the playing of our national anthem.
All right, lineups have been announced. Our three-man official crew is ready. One of these gentlemen worked the JV game, and he did a pretty good job. He took some time out to come over to the box and explain certain calls to the kids. I think that's always good to see. I know I've seen the linesmen do that as well. Don't recognize the third official, but I think we're in good hands. And hopefully these guys can just focus on playing hockey rather than trying to hurt somebody out here. And we'll have a good, fun, clean hockey game. One team will go home a little happier than the other, as tends to happen. But we've got 17 minutes on the clock, ready to get going in this first period. A couple of seniors are leading the way here for Milton. Schumacher and Saalfeld. Austin Schumacher, he's number 3. We'll call his name a lot. And Shane Saalfeld, another senior. Both of these guys actually from Milton High School. There's 4 different high schools make up this Milton team as we're underway. We're going to have a quick icing call just 9 seconds into this one. So yeah, we have student athletes from Milton, Edgerton, Elkhorn, and Williams Bay. And Fort Atkinson, oh my goodness, 5 different schools. And those kids from Elkhorn and Williams Bay, I mean, that's like a 45-minute drive to get to the rink in Janesville for practices. So a lot of dedication. Ooh, a big hit from behind into the boards. Keaton DiMartino stays on his feet, keeps fighting for that puck. He's tough. He's a linebacker and a running back. He knows how to take a hit. And a heck of a left wing out there as well. There's DiMartino getting the puck over to Nick Schrader. Here comes the freshman. He gets it up to the other freshman, James Mueller, into the zone. Trying to get a shot off. A lot of bodies in front of the net. James Shervin was there to help out, but a lot of black shirts. Jack Klun, fresh on the ice, wings it down there. He gives pursuit. He hits a man from behind and sends him down. Now Klun and Yachman battling for that puck for the Panthers as it's tied up. Here we go. Now the puck is loose. Comes out to the point. Ethan Dish. He has a collision there with number 21. Both kids go down. Declan Thierry. Here comes Jack Klun. He's going to poke that puck ahead to Dish. Dish is able to get it in the zone, but There's a wall of black waiting for him to poke that puck away. Here we go, finding Yakman up on the boards. Ooh, he found Dish, and Dish was open. That pass came in a little quick for Dish to get on his backhand or to get on his forehand and get that shot off, though. Shot blocked at the point, and it's coming the other way. Shane Softfeld trying to get the one-man fast break. Jack Klun for Oregon coming over, doing a good job to break up the scoring chance. Shot from distance and a shot blocked. Canute Lee taking one for the team. And here come the Panthers. Yakman with a man all over him. That's Brant Selly. That's just not right. You have a name like Selly for a hockey player? I hope he's a big goal scorer. Here we go. Preston Crom doing a good job at the blue line to keep that puck in for the Panthers. But his dump down is taken away from Milton. Milton not able to get it out of the zone. Schrader's shot from distance is blocked. Goes up high, gloved by Peterson. Passes it in front of the crease. Nobody home for the Panthers. Preston Crom's shot tipped by Peterson into the net. There's Kellen Shavy. He rips a shot wide, and we're going to have a tripping penalty on Crom once Oregon touches the puck. And the first power play of the game coming up. Oh, yeah, sure. All right, so at 2 minutes and 27 seconds of the first period, tripping on Preston Crom for the Panthers. And we'll see what the Milton power play can do. I know Oregon gave up some power play goals in the loss to Sauk Prairie earlier this week. You get a slight advantage in that you can ice the puck without a whistle, as we have a tie up in front of the net. Whistles blow before anybody gets too carried away. Just a little friendly pushing and holding, nothing too bad there. And the teams go to their respective corners as we get ready for the face-off with 14-12 remaining in the first period. And Milton wins that face-off. They get it back out to the point. Oh, 23 was just camped out in front of there. Oregon couldn't move Beckett Johnson, big defenseman, out of the way. And the power play goal. So, takes all of 2 minutes and 53 seconds into this one. And Milton's on the board. Mueller, Shervin, DiMartino line comes back out there with Grice and Klun for the Panthers. And that's Tim Grice chasing the puck down, winning the battle of the number sevens, but Milton keeps it in the zone, fires it all the way around. Oregon able to clear. Here's Keaton DiMartino. He gets it to the red line and dumps it deep. Oregon able to keep that in. James Shervin up to James Mueller. Here comes DiMartino flying in to get that puck momentarily. Had it out in front. Came out a little hot for Shervin to get that shot off. And here comes Klun fighting through the contact. Jack Klun, an offensive-minded defenseman. He's not afraid to go coast to coast, just like Shaq in the All-Star game. Sends it out to Peterson. Peterson's shot goes high and wide. There's Peterson behind the net. Looking for a Panther, but instead Milton takes it away. And here come the Redhawks. They're able to dump it down and get it past the first line of defense, send it all the way back. They had a chance behind the net, but the Panthers able to break it up. Shervin corrals that bouncing puck and gets it over to Dawson Peterson. Here comes Peterson into the zone. He's taken off his skates. Big hit. It looks like it might have been Tage Jensen with the hit there. And Milton doing a good job of keep away. Got the rare bubble out there on Austin Shoemaker. Coach wants Milton to go get it, but Oregon gets there first. Oregon taking their time here. I like it. Maybe try and set it up. The cross ice pass just out of the reach of Shavy, and he's going to head over to the bench. Yakman on for him. Point blank shot by Crom. Save made by Malazewski. And that pass just missed by Oregon, and we're going to have an icing call with 11:56 remaining in the first period. Oh, I didn't hit the update button? Oh, if you're just tuning in, it is 1-0. I put the 1 goal on there, but I didn't hit the update button, so my bad. All right, we're back to action. Milton keeping it in the zone again. You know, if this was a heavyweight prize fight, Milton just won the first round, and they got the extra point for the knockdown. But Oregon still got a chance here as Barrett Anderson drops it for Ethan Dish. Dish looking for Yachman in front of the net. Instead, he sends it behind for Anderson. His centering pass comes out high to Schrader. Yachman got a piece of his shot, but not enough to redirect it in. Here, let's see what Nick does that time. He just fires it straight on, and a glove save made by, I'm just going to call the goalie Porter. That's his first name, a junior out of Milton High School. I don't think he minds if I call him Porter. A little easier for all parties involved. I was a little busy working the clock at the first game, so I didn't get a chance to get all the pronunciations squared away ahead of time. I'm pretty confident that Porter is the correct pronunciation of the first name, though. Here comes Knut Lee sending it down to Yachman. He gets it out in front, but there's nothing but black shirts there, and they send it deep. Knut Lee, first man to get there, and he gets it over to Jack Klun. Klun looking for the pass, and he sends it out to Barrett Anderson. Looked like Dish might have been offsides as he lifted up the skate that was behind the blue line, but Oregon got away with one there. Here comes Jack Klun. His last shot bounced off Dish's back. Tries the one-timer. Good little two-man exchange there between Dish and Klun. And it's a race to the puck. Tyson Benjamin going to come out and play it himself. Good sneaky play by number 17 there, Mason Anunson. He was given chase, and then as Benjamin came out and played it, Anunson got that puck and tried to send it in off Benjamin's backside. Good job by Tyson to make that save. Coming at him from the side. What? Quick whistle, just 4 seconds came off the clock, and we'll set it up again. Another face-off to the left of Benjamin. James Shervin's going to take this one for the Panthers. And Shervin wins the face-off back to Knut Lee. That puck gets away from Knut. James Shervin there to help out his defenseman. And here comes Shervin. He's past the red line. Now he's in the zone. He's got DiMartino out there. He rips the shot, blocked by the leg of Beckett Johnson for the Redhawks. Now Shervin bringing it behind the net, trying that centering pass to DiMartino again. Got a shot off that time, but here comes Milton the other way. Jack Klun with the puck. Passes it up the boards to DiMartino, taken away by the Redhawks. Klun's going to try it again. Klun to DiMartino, out to James Mueller. If he's got any gas left in the tank, he can get there. And instead, the freshman is taken down by a senior, Andrew Peterson. Good, clean hockey play there. Kellen Shavy coming over to interrupt that pass. Milton gets it back as the Panthers were making a little bit of a line change. Peterson on for Mueller. There's Dawson Peterson playing some defense down there, throwing his body around. And now Peterson gets the puck. Peterson for Oregon, that is. Is he going to try the backhander? He does try the backhander. Save made. Another save made by Porter. And here comes Dawson Peterson again for the Panthers. He's getting held, and we're going to have a holding call on Milton. Desmond Kingsley with the puck. His shot is gobbled up, and no, it's in. I'm not sure if anybody for Oregon tipped that or not, but doesn't look like it because Desmond Kingsley leading the charge, the senior defenseman, racking up the goals. And I got to adjust the clock here. We've got 8:49 left, not the 10:10 that you see. There we go. 1-1. Well, let me do some math here. That's 8:11 of the period. Oh, thank you, Miles. I love seeing a defenseman shoot from the blue line. Always a good play. You either get a good shot or maybe you get lucky and get a rebound. Maybe somebody screens the goalie or gets a tip. A lot of good things can happen. Of course, the goalies get a lot of easy saves out of it too. Here's another defenseman, Nick Schrader. His bouncing shot goes through. I don't know if he meant that to be a shot, but after a deflection by the defense, it went on net. And Porter gloves and holds it, hands it to the official, Mr. Principal Referee Zerwick, who's ready for the face-off. With 8:12 left in the first period. 1-1 is our score. And here's Jack Klund for the Panthers. Oh. So I just tried to turn up that mic so you could hear the public address announcer announce those goals. I didn't hear if there was an assist on Beckett Johnson's goal, but there was an assist on Desmond Kingsley's goal, and that was by Nick Schrader. So 7:25 left in the first period, 1-1 here in lovely, warm southern Wisconsin at the Oregon Ice Arena. We're about 10 minutes south of the state capital, Madison, here in lovely village of Oregon. And the temperature is at -13 degrees, and here comes Preston Crom. He's hotter than that. Leading goal scorer for the Panthers so far this year. And the puck comes out to Kingsley. His shot goes up into the net as Kellen Shavy's pushed down. Kellen Shavy's been very active in front of the net this season. He likes to get his stick on those shots from the point to try and tip them in and redirect. He's had a couple nice looking tips, but that shot from the defenseman went high and straight into the net. Dawson Peterson's shot blocked by the leg of the Milton defender from point blank. That one might have hurt a little bit. And here's Milton with a chance in the zone. Save made by Benjamin on a good hard shot from the right circle. Crom gets it over to Shavy. Kellen brings it into the zone. He shoots from distance, unable to hold the rebound, and so Preston Crom's got a chance for Oregon. He's battling with Shane Salfeld down there in the corner. Here comes Peterson for the Panthers. He puts on the brakes, tries to get it out to Crom, who's waiting in front of the net. Unable to, so he sends it to the point. Knut Lee lets it rip. Shot goes wide. Preston Crom for the Panthers gets it. Playing a little two-man game with Dawson Peterson as they're trading the puck back and forth. Here comes Drew Yachman racing in to try and beat the Milton player to the puck. Good effort there. Keeping Oregon alive, giving them another chance. Puck comes out to Peterson. He takes a shot in the back for his efforts. Look out, ref. As Yachman handles the puck, trying to avoid the official and the defense. Here's Dawson Peterson, some fancy skating, but too many black shirts there. And Milton's going to ice that puck. 5:47 left on the clock. I'm going to let it run. 48, 47, stop. And we're going to have a face-off to the right of Porter Malzewski, junior goaltender out of Milton High School. Again, this is a 5-team co-op, the Milton Redhawks. Their home rink this year is the new rink down in Janesville. I forget the name of it. I think it has Woodman in the name. The Woodman Sports Center, Woodman Athletic Complex. And here's the Panthers Good effort by Milton to knock that puck out of the zone right at the blue line, and now they take it away. Here comes 15 flying up the ice. Brant Selly gets it out to the point. Shot right into the glove of Tyson Benjamin. Lucas Velasic was there. He's a nice kid. His mom went to St. Cloud State and played hockey up there, is what he told us when he was in the box for a 2-minute kneeing minor. You don't see those every day. But it's one good way to slow somebody down when they're on the attack. Just get your knee into them. That'll usually take them down. I think one of the Oregon defensemen got the 5-minute major for kneeing in a recent game. That might have just been earlier this week. And here comes Milton again. And Tyson Benjamin saves and holds again. Milton coach likes it. Wants his team to keep working. Good advice. Oh, good interception right in the middle of the ice by number 11 of the Redhawks, Andrew Peterson, a senior. Both teams have a senior with the last name Peterson. I'm not aware of any relationship there. Not exactly a rare last name. And Peterson's going to take this. I'm sorry, that's Brant Selly taking the face-off. Face-off goes right to the goalie, and Benjamin sits on that. So we'll see how many face-offs we can get in 1 minute of ice time here, game time. Milton's going to send in some fresh bodies, new forward line. They're going to keep the same defenseman. Oregon keeping the same 5 skaters. And interesting face-off. Shervin for the Panthers kind of lost track of it, and Milton sneaks it in. They're pretty excited. As the charge is led by number 18, Owen Kennedy, a sophomore out of Milton High. And so the time of this goal is 12:02 of the first period. So good job by Milton coming off the face-off. You know, all those face-offs right in front of Benjamin. Eventually they got one. And so they're calling that goal unassisted by Kennedy. And here come the Redhawks again. Benjamin makes a save, but Milton's going to have a rebound chance. Got blocked by a body. There were 3 Panthers there. I'm not sure if that was Schrader or Canute Lee that blocked that one with their body. Schrader skates it into the zone. Ooh, Canute Lee turned into a hit, so he got hit from behind. Better than going head on into the boards. Milton really picking up the physicality as the Oregon Panthers are hitting the ice left and right. Canute Lee taking a couple of big shots out there on that shift. He's going to come, and Tim Grice going to come out to replace him. Good job by Peterson to get a touch on that pass and prevent the icing. Allow Oregon to cycle in some new bodies. Dish Yachman and Barrett Anderson coming out here. 3 seniors. 3 senior lefties on a line altogether. There's Jack Klun coming over to put a big hit on his attacker. Good job by Tim Grice to be there and take that pass away. That centering pass. Here comes Dish. Gets the puck out of the zone. Trying to get past 2 guys, and he does. He's got 2 more to beat, and he beats those. Poked away by the goalie. Back to Dish. He tried to get it to Barrett Anderson. 2 defenders were there on Anderson, and they were able to take it away. Here comes Shoemaker. Tim Grice playing some D on him. Jack Klun in the right place at the right time to whack that thing away before it could do any harm. Sends it all the way down. Somehow no icing. I must have missed something there. And Milton sends the puck over to Klun again. He gets it over to Grice. As the 2 defensemen work it side to side. Gloved and knocked down by Isaac Bush, but taken away by the Panthers. Shervin gets it out to Yachman. Yachman lets a shot rip just high of the glove of Porter. There's James Mueller, the freshman, chasing down that puck for the Panthers. It's going to come out to Klun. He's going to look to skate back with a little bit, buy his teammate some time. He's looking for a passing lane. Now here comes Klund. He gets the pass over to Shervin. Shervin's bringing it into the zone. He's got Keaton DiMartino in the center. But the puck didn't come with him on that one. Must have hit a patch of snow and slowed down a little bit. And here come the Redhawks on the attack. Oregon has numbers defensively. But, oh, big collision on the boards there. Looks like the Milton player a little slow to get up, and he's heading over to the bench as Desmond Kingsley tries to go through three. Gets taken off his feet. Milton just putting shots on him left and right. There you go, Kellen Shavey going to hit somebody back. He's sick of seeing his teammates get hit out here. Intercepted by the Panthers. Here comes Kingsley. He gets it across the red line and just sends it in. Barely misses the net. Another big hit by Milton. Peterson gets it over to Kingsley. He lets the shot rip well wide. Comes out to Shavey. Takes a funny bounce off the boards there. Dawson Peterson getting it back to Desmond Kingsley, who lets it rip again. Save made. They're just peppering him. Are we going to get anything? A whistle blows. Are we going to get a tripping call on Milton? What are we going to have here? Is the net loose? I didn't think the goalie had the puck, but maybe he did. I don't know. We've got a whistle. We're picking up some debris off the ice. Looks like somebody lost the net guard. Preston Crom taking this face off for the Panthers. But Milton's going to come up with the puck, and here they come. They get it across center ice. Dumped down by Beckett Johnson. Now a little battle for the puck behind the net. Milton's going to get it out to the point. And they send it deep behind the net. Centering pass broken up. Good job by the defenseman Kingsley. And Oregon gets it out of the zone. Preston Crom gets it out and gives chase. Some fresh bodies coming out. Drew Yachman's out there. Jack Klund's out there to play some defense. And Klund with the puck. He gets it up to Crom. Crom flips it ahead to himself and now drops it off for Yachman. But the defense was right there on him. They couldn't quite get possession into the zone. Nick Schrader over a one-touch pass from Klund to Crom. Good bit of passing by the Panthers. Here comes a loose puck to Dawson Peterson. He puts it away. Dawson Peterson off a pass from Crom. And good bit of passing by the Panthers overall on that possession. In fact, I'd say a great bit of passing over there by the Panthers. So 16:40 of the first period. Dawson Peterson with another goal. Dawson's been hot lately. He had the only 2 goals in the game against Sauk. So Crom and Klund both got some assists on that one. And Milton with a chance. Bad place to turn the puck over if you're the Panthers, but they escape the danger, and we're going into the first intermission with a very exciting 2-2 game. All right. Yeah. We'll reset this in a minute here. You know what? Let me just adjust some numbers here. So we've got some Zamboni time and apparently country music time in a 2-2 game. So Milton climbed out to a 1-0 lead about 3 minutes into it. Power play goal by Beckett Johnson after Preston Crom committed a tripping penalty. Desmond Kingsley got the tied it up on a goal assisted by Nick Schrader. And then Milton took the 2-1 lead on an unassisted goal by Kennedy. Let me get a first name for you, Owen. Oh, that guy should go play for Edgewood. He'd fit right in. Owen Kennedy made it a 2-1 game. And then, as you just saw 20 seconds ago, Dawson Peterson tied it up The late first period goal assisted by Preston Crom and Jack Klun. You know, a big transition year for the Milton Redhawks. I mentioned they're pulling students from 5 different schools: Milton, Edgerton, Elkhorn, Fort Atkinson, and Williams Bay. Only one player from Williams Bay, and that's Lucas Velasic. Good-looking freshman. He's got good size for a freshman, too. Yeah, it's a lot to recover from. They lost 8 seniors in the offseason, including my favorite guy my favorite name of all hockey players in southern Wisconsin. They lost class of 2025 great Tor Magnus Hegg, kid who played his youth hockey in Janesville. I remember that guy. You know, if the name sounds like a Viking name, hey, he's got the long flowing blonde hair to match. But I think sometimes at one point he might have wore some glasses, made him look a little bit like a Hanson brother. But hey, if there's any Milton fans out there, give a shout out to Tor Magnus. Missed that kid. Watched him play for Janesville, watched him play for Milton a little bit. Good player. And so now they're looking for the guys to continue the legacy here. I mentioned that the seniors, Austin Shoemaker and Shane Salfeld, are the leading scorers. But so far tonight, senior defenseman Beckett Johnson with the big play, and sophomore Owen Kennedy getting that second goal for the Milton Redhawks. And for the Panthers, it's a lot of seniors getting it done, but both goals scored by seniors, and one of the 3 assists tonight for the Panthers from a senior, but the other 2 a freshman and sophomore. So it's good to see contributions up and down the lineup from all these guys. All right, we're going to take a break for about 5 minutes, and we should be back to start the second period in about 9 minutes. But before we do, I just want to remind you that Panther Hockey on OCA Media is brought to you with the financial support of these fine sponsors: the Village of Oregon, a great place to live, work, and play; the Oregon School District, actively building competency, character, culture, and community; the Oregon Athletic Booster Club, doing great things for all Panther sports. The membership dues paid directly support student athletes, so consider becoming a booster today. Oregon Area Cares Community Coalition, working to ensure a safer, more nurturing community for young people to thrive. And additional sponsors include One Community Bank, Shackelford Heating and Cooling, Stoughton Health, J.L. Richards Prime Meats and Catering, and Wisco Industries. So we'll be back in a few minutes and get the second period going. All right, we are back. We're about 2.5 minutes away from the start of the second period. How's the sounding good on the ears?
Yep.
All right. We have a special guest joining us. Who knows? Maybe it'll be a permanent gig. Who knows, man? Whatever you want to do. But class of, I don't even know what year you graduated, Caden.
2022.
Class of 2022 Oregon Panther defenseman and forward sometimes, Caden Peterson.
Yep, Unk in the building.
That's what they call old people. The kids these days call old people Unk.
That's what my brother tells me, and
Yeah.
he's on the team, so I guess it fits now,
Okay.
so.
You're like, what, a whopping 22 years old and you're getting called Unk?
Exactly. So, you know, my dad loves it, so it's
Okay.
the way it goes.
I get called Unk too, so if I'm getting called the same thing as somebody in their 20s, I guess that,
Is
I
that a
don't
win
feel
for
so
you
bad.
or a loss for me?
a little bit of both.
Probably.
Yeah, a little bit of both. So, good to have you on here on the mic.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Now, I'm just to refresh my memory. Because I thought, like, your senior year, you were one of the captains out there.
Yep, I did have a C on my jersey my
Okay.
senior year, yep.
Sweet.
Yeah, it was nice. You know, miss hockey, but, you know, it's nice to get away from it for a while as well. So
Okay.
happy to be back in the building.
Yeah. And so you would have played under Coach Larry Clemens for sure. Did you play under any other coaches?
I did not. My freshman year, I luckily made varsity, but Larry that was his first year coaching here
Okay.
in Oregon, and that was in the 2018 to 2019 season, and then I believe Cole here took over 2 years ago,
Yeah.
somewhere around there.
Yep. I think last year was his first year, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, I remember, tonight was Mental Health Awareness Night, and I know that was a cause that, from what I remember, is something that started under Coach Larry.
I believe so.
Yeah.
We've been doing, a special night every so often for the longest time. So, yeah, it's always nice to show respect to the community and give back a little bit.
Yeah, and I know that's something that Coach Cole has talked about that he's wanted to do, and so it's good to see that, he's continuing some of the things that might have started with Coach Larry, as well as kind of going out and doing some of his own things in the community, getting these kids out to,
I know that they have been, at the beginning of every year, they've been going out to a park here in town and clearing a walking trail and hauling trees out of there. So it's a double whammy for Coach Cole. Community
Yeah.
service and some team muscle building, shall we say?
team building. And I know that OCA Media's own Frank Caruso was out there last season out at the Anderson County Park. I forget the exact name, but he was out there filming, and he put together a nice 10-minute video. I'm sure it's out there somewhere amongst the many wonderful community videos OCA Media has.
I was watching at home, and I was able to view those videos.
Okay.
And I got to tell you, I loved the expose there.
Yeah. So OCA Media does a lot more than just sports, folks. So go out there and find out what's going on in the community. I'm trying to think.
Shervin wins the draw back here to our own zone. Played out to Desmond Kingsley.
I knew there's another community video that's coming out, and it's just at the tip of my brain. I just saw it on Facebook today. If I remember, I'll just like blurt it out in the middle of an exciting hockey play with totally non-hockey stuff. Oh, what a shot from Keaton DiMartino. Could hear that one all over the building. Save made, obviously, and the clock stops here with 16:40 in the period.
Milton getting some fresh defensemen out there. Puck work behind the net here. Picked up by Milton. Taken back here by Mueller.
Good
Picked
centering pass, nobody home.
Oh, rebound, nobody there.
Some good energy on this opening shift here for the Panthers. Oh, and Nick Schrader pushed down from behind.
Takes it like a champ. Gets
Lucas
up.
Velasic. This freshman on freshman crime there. I did call out a senior earlier for hitting one of the Oregon freshmen. I didn't think that was right, but It
sucks being the little guy out there. Sometimes when you're a foot taller than the kid, you can draw some penalties just by hitting them cleanly, just because of the size difference.
Have you ever known a hockey player to flop to try and get a penalty call?
I would never, Matt. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I didn't say you specifically. Like, are you aware of that ever happening?
Yeah, I've done it a time or two. I won't lie. But, you know, it's not quite like the Mighty Ducks where the coach will have everybody line up and practice that.
I'm going to have to rewatch that movie. I don't remember that part.
Here comes Dish. Oh, it's taken by Milton. He skates it up the ice. Nice stop by Jack Klum there. Shoots it back into the zone.
Good dexterity by the official to jump up on the boards and avoid the puck. Good angled shot. Doesn't quite make it all the way on net. And here come the they're the Redhawks, right? Is that what I'm calling?
So.
Yeah, they're the Redhawks. Thank you, Miles.
Puck collected here by Jack. Ooh, that should be a too many men penalty, but the referees are going to let it go. Here comes Knutson.
There's a roster if you need the Panthers roster.
I'm not quite familiar with all these young bucks on here. Here comes Dawson with the puck. Skating it through the neutral zone. Works it over to Jack Klum. Skating it in on his own. And it flies behind the net here. Puck corralled at the blue line here by Peterson. Fakes a slap shot, walking it in. And it's blocked in traffic, and Milton picks it up.
So each of these teams has a senior last name Peterson. Now, I know you're related to Dawson Peterson.
That is correct.
What about this guy, Andrew Peterson on Milton?
I am not related to, I actually don't know any Petersons in the area besides my grandmother, who I'm related to. So.
Okay. And she's not playing hockey for anybody?
I think she's a little bit out of the realm of hockey, but I know she would sure love to if she could.
Yeah, so would I. And here's Desmond Kingsley with the puck. He gets it over to Kellen Shavy just inside the zone. He's going to flip it out for Preston Crom. Poked away by Mason Anunson.
Corralled by 10 here in the defensive zone.
Is that another net guard on the ice? My goodness.
At least it's not my little brothers here this time. And I promised I wouldn't say any embarrassing nicknames for him on the broadcast, so unfortunately, I will not be able to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's good to reveal the nicknames, if it's like inside info, keep it in the locker room. But I know when we had Nicholas Coulard out here, he was dropping nicknames left and right. So
I'm not too familiar with most of these guys' nicknames, at least the ones that are PG here.
Okay.
I do know they call Jack Klum their Clunner, so.
Oh.
Puck worked back to the blue line by James, sorry.
Good recovery by,
Works
I spoke
right
too
in front
soon.
of the net there and just had a wide open back door.
Yeah, Milton got a little bit of a fast break there as defenseman slipped, and I was about to say good effort by the defenseman and the forward to get back there, but
Great pass there by the Redbird, who passed it to his teammate there in front of the net. Those are high probability goal chances there.
yeah, especially with all the action to Benjamin's right. He was leaning to the right side of the net, and so the Milton player who scored the goal, I didn't catch a number, but we'll get the name here when the public address announcer gives it. Yeah, he just camped out on the other side, the open side of the net. Pretty easy goal for him.
Picked up here by Knut Lee as he skates it up the ice. Avoids the hit. Picked up by Yachman.
Oh,
Caught an edge, tripped on the blue line there. Lost. Yachman gets it again and just rips a shot. Covered by the goalie. Ooh, little extracurriculars going on in front of the net.
yeah, Ethan Dish getting into it with somebody down there.
Looks like Ethan Dish is getting a warning here. It was a little bit violent going after the puck there in the net of the netminder, but the referees are going to let it slide.
So the scoring on that goal was Austin Shoemaker for the Redbirds, assisted by Caden Whitty.
There you go. Puck wrapped around the boards there, picked up by Nick Schroeder.
Yeah, he goes with Schrader.
Schrader. My apologies.
Yeah, I've said Schroeder out here a couple times. It was tough because that's what we had in my high school. We didn't have any. Had a Schroeder instead of a Schrader, and so and they're all spelled the same. So it's just choose your pronunciation.
Well, especially in this area, we got a lot of Germanic and those type of last names, so you can never be too confident in the pronunciation.
So we're playing some 5-on-5 hockey. If you're just tuning in, it's the second period. We've got 12-12 left on the clock. And Milton has just taken a 3-2 lead over the Panthers.
Timmy Grace works it up the boards to Dawson Peterson. Skating it along the boards. Drops it back for his man, Preston Crum.
Rips a shot and a save made. It came up high on stick side on the goalie.
Nice saucer pass there to Timmy Grace. And dishes it into the boards.
Good bounce. Preston Crum throws it out in front for the center, but nobody home. Jack Klun brings the puck out of the zone for a reset. His pass off the boards doesn't find a stick. So we'll see what Timmy G can do with it. Grice gets it up to Crum. Crum's been explosive, but he just had his stick slashed out of his hand.
Cannot do that. 2 minutes in the sin bin. For it looks like Tage Jensen?
Yeah, I don't know what kind of name Tage is, if that's the whole name, if that's short for something. Maybe his name is Voltage. He just goes with the Tage. Either way.
That would be a pretty sweet name, I would say. Panther power play here. Puck flies out of the zone, corralled by the Oregon defenseman. Swings it over to Jack Klun, who finds Dawson Peterson on the blue line. Corrals it back and drops it off here for Dish. Working in the zone here.
I haven't looked at the numbers to compare, but it seems like the power play just doesn't have the same pizzazz that it had last year. Like last year, the Oregon power play was highly productive, especially with Dawson Peterson hanging out in the office behind the net there, getting it out to Owen Tauschik. It seemed like that was a winning combination. OT would just plant his big body in front of the net and rack up the goals.
Yeah, I haven't really been able to decipher what Coach Cole's plan is here on the power play, but they've seen some success for sure. And I know that missing Easton Lindert, Oregon legend, if you will, they're really hurting without him. He's was a phenomenal player here.
Yeah, we talked about him before the game. Recapping the game last year against Milton, Lindert had a hat trick in that one, including the game winner with, an unassisted game winner with like, I think 2.5 or 3.5 minutes left in the game. So
you love to see those.
Well, a minute and a half is gone off this power play, but the Panthers have 30 seconds left as Jack Klun brings it into the zone.
Oh, tries to find Dawson on the back door there, just did not get through.
Yeah, I think Milton defender got a stick on that one. Sounded like.
Puck controlled here by Preston Crum, worked down to Dawson Peterson. Back to Crum, who rips it from the point, and it's gloved by the netminder.
Oh, just got a text from Coach Jens, Mr. Lee Knutstad.
Oh.
He's homesick watching the game, so we wish you well, Jens. Hope you hit that orange juice and chicken soup and get back to health.
Ooh, and the referee takes a little tumble there.
So penalty's over. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey as we're going to have a face-off with 9:20 in the period.
You might recognize the linesman down there. I believe that is middle school principal Jason Zerwick as the referee.
It is. I like that. I like Zerwick as a ref. And I was mentioning before the game, one of the officials who called the JV game is also out here. He's wearing the orange stripe for this one, but did a really good job coming over to the penalty box and talking to kids and explaining, very calmly and professionally explaining why it was a call and what they can do differently. And I know that Mr. Zerwick does the same. I think that's very beneficial as an official to work with the players and to help the players rather than, being a jerk out there and cussing at them and whatever else.
For sure. As a guy who's played hockey my entire life, obviously not now, but all growing up, you certainly experience both sides of the ref. There's always good ones and there's always bad ones. It's always nice to get a good ref.
And some of them, it probably just depends on the day. I think that's how I was as an official, not for hockey, but
soccer ref, correct?
Yeah, I did a lot of soccer. I used to do basketball and football way back in the day as well. I didn't like football very much, but I do like soccer reffing.
Nice.
Some days I felt like I had a perfect game and got all the right calls and communicated well, and other days I'm like, wow, I kind of sucked out there. So,
just like the players, everyone has their good days and bad.
Shavy taking a hit, almost got knocked into the Milton bench. This number 15 is pretty pesky, Brant Selly. And is this going to be an ice, or are they going to say Kingsley was close enough? Oh, they do blow the whistle for the icing. One of those judgment calls there.
It's close, but not close enough, evidently.
So I think we're seeing a little bit different lines tonight. This is not the first time we've seen Dish, Yachman, and Barrett Anderson out there together. I hope that turns into a goal for Barrett Anderson. I think he's still looking for that first varsity goal.
Love to see those. Those are always the most fun for your teammates as well.
Yeah, you still have your puck from yours?
I do.
Okay.
It was kind of a running joke that I had never scored until my senior year, and then of course it was like the second game of the year, and I sellied like I just won the Stanley Cup. Oh, penalty there on the Redbirds. Looks like it's going to be a holding.
Yeah. So at 7:19 of the second period, we're going to have a holding call on
Beckett Johnson, number 23.
All right. He grabbed a hold of Jack Klund there as Klund was working behind the Milton goalie, trying to create some kind of scoring opportunity for his team, and now Oregon's going to have a nice 5-on-4.
Puck pops out of the zone. Here's a one-on-one rush here for corralled by Jack Klund, so it doesn't matter.
And Klund gets it up, a little fancy skating, and then a nice pass up to Shervin.
Nice odd man rush for the Panthers.
Shot off the side of the net. Shervin able to keep it in the zone. Gets it over to Klund. Klund lets a shot rip. That goes up into the rafters after it bounced off DiMartino's hip, it looked like.
It was either the hip or the waffle board there of the goalie.
Either way, DiMartino putting in some good work in front of the net, either trying to screen the goalie or get a tip. Not a place to hang out if you don't want to get pummeled.
But if you're a gritty grinder there like DiMartino, it's the place you want to be. Oh.
Klund gets a point-blank shot. I think he wanted to get that when he first got it, and the puck was still bouncing a little bit. Had to let it settle, and by that time, the goalie was able to recover. Porter, you want to take a shot on the pronunciation of Porter's last name there?
Malazawiski? Maybe?
Yeah?
I apologize to his friends and family.
That's a tough one. I've just been calling him Porter. A little easier that way. And here come the Panthers. Peterson trying to get the puck out to DiMartino. He bats at it multiple times. And now he's batting at number 9. Tage Jensen and Keaton DiMartino.
The referee did give a warning about this very similar event earlier in the game. It'll be interesting to see if he hands out some time in the penalty box. Looks like he will not, and the Panthers will remain on the power play.
So I'm not sure what DiMartino was doing there, like kind of like beating on his chest a little bit. I don't know if that's like a way to talk smack or.
That guy's just an animal. It could be that he's just releasing his energy.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's a good way to get the frustration out. Shot by Shervin. Dish was almost able to redirect that thing in the empty net. That shot from Shervin goes wide, and it's going to rattle out of the zone. Jack Klun's going to get there well ahead of the Milton defender, but he's still skating hard down there. Number 18, Owen Kennedy.
He's going to hold it behind the net and settle, pass it out to Dish, who pops out to the Milton forward.
Bounced off Dish's stick, but let's see what Shervin's got. He's got a head of steam coming into the zone. The puck doesn't come with him, unfortunately, and Milton's able to clear again. 20 seconds left on this power play.
There's been quite a few opportunities here for Oregon where things just haven't quite lined up, whether the puck hits a weird bounce or something like that, but you can tell that one of them's coming here.
And here comes Dawson Peterson.
Passes it
Nice
back.
centering pass. Kellen Shavy was there. He got a shot off. Save made.
Back to the point here. Here's a chance for a big shot. Oh, blocked by the Redbird defenseman, it looked like there.
Yeah, they flipped that puck out. I don't know if it's got enough wheels to make it down for an icing. And Shervin, first man to it, but Milton does a better job.
Panthers kind of got caught out there with James Shervin there on the blue line from the power play still, and Milton makes them pay.
Yeah, it was a great job by Shane Soffeld to chase that puck into the corner and get a stick on it and have a great centering pass up to his senior counterpart, Austin Shoemaker. And they're the two names that we highlighted coming into this game. They've got, they're the guys with all the points. Shoemaker came into tonight with 11 goals and 8 assists, and Soffeld with 5 goals and 11 assists, and they hook up for the goal there.
Sometimes you just have one of those teammates where you can gel with quite well. Puck on the feet of the centers there. Just popped into the defensive zone for the Panthers. Good defense there by Desmond Kingsley to get the puck back.
Shot gets all the way through. Benjamin makes a save, redirects it to the corner. Comes out to the point. Milton fires a shot wide. Kellen Shavy gets the puck out to Preston Crom. Let's see what Drew Yachman can do with it here. Oh, yeah. And we are not going to wave off that icing.
It's been a real physical game here. Love to see it. I've always loved a more physical side of the game than a tactical skill-based, but that's just because I didn't quite have the skills.
Well, in the JV game, it started off, it wasn't physical, but then it reached a point where Milton decided they wanted to make it physical, and they started hitting more. And I think we saw the same thing here in the varsity game as well. They really picked up the physicality through, halfway through or 2/3 of the way through that first period. And it's working out for them. They've got that 4-2 lead. 4.5 minutes left in the 4:31 left in the second period. Shervin wins that face-off.
Ooh, tip. Oh, back redirected out in front of the net, but picked up by the Milton defenseman there.
Good job, Ed. What are we whistling here?
The puck went up into the netting there over the glass.
Oh, it did?
Yep. Bounced right off of, I believe that's Mueller's knee?
Was it? Barrett Anderson was out there. Oh, was Mueller out there too? Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
And here's James Mueller, the freshman. He gets it out to Barrett Anderson.
Ooh.
Shot and a save.
Well, it looks like it went in. Oregon wants it to be a goal.
But no goal signaled.
I do not think that the refs are going to give it to him. Coach Cole Hefty is not very happy.
As the official comes over, coach wants to have a little chat. Find out why they're blowing the whistle and not giving Barrett Anderson his first goal.
So they do not award the Panthers with a goal, but Panthers will try and get another one here.
It was a nice bit of work by the freshman James Mueller behind the net. Him find his teammate camped out in front. Barrett was in a great spot.
You can get a lot of assists from back there, and that's where Wayne Gretzky, the great one, has made it his office, so to speak.
So on the Gretzky note, how do you feel about hockey players wearing the number 99?
No, don't do it. It's not allowed. You're banned.
That's what I told my kid, and he wore 98 instead.
That is perfectly fine. You can want to be Gretzky all you want, but you cannot wear 99.
There goes a stick for Milton. Hey, what a nice bounce. It bounced right into his hands. Give Desmond Kingsley an assist on that one. Batted the stick out of midair, went right into the Milton player's hands.
Flipped up to a wide open man. Here's Dawson Peterson skating it. Finds his guy. Tries to get it into the zone, missed the swipe. And they will fire it down for an icing.
So the repeated face-offs in front of Tyson Benjamin, eventually Milton was able to win one and get it in. So maybe Oregon can return the favor here.
I feel like the Oregon centers have been quite a lot better this year even than back in my day. We did not win a whole lot of face-offs, and I was not a center, so I can't put that on me.
Yeah, I thought earlier in the year, it seemed like at times Oregon really struggled on the face-offs, where they might lose 5 or 6 face-offs in a row before they'd win one. But yeah, I think they're doing a lot better job recently, and including here tonight. Now this face-off comes out of the zone. Knut Lee chases it down, gets it up to Kellen Shavy.
Spats it out of the air there.
I think he was trying to go all the way across the ice to Dawson Peterson, but Preston Crom said, hey, here's a puck, I'm gonna get it.
It was a great hand-eye play there by Crom.
If the puck is anywhere near him, Preston's going to take that puck and try and turn it into a goal. And there goes Preston drawing a trip. That's an effort penalty right there. Preston earning a power play for the Panthers.
I got to be honest, Matt. I do not think that should have been a penalty. It looked like a hard work play there by Preston and wound up getting a penalty. So hopefully the Oregon power play can put one on the net here and get that goal back.
So it's Brant Selly's going to spend 2 minutes in the box. Brant is one of the players out of Fort Atkinson that's here on this team. As you can see, we've got Milton, Edgerton, Fort Atkinson, Elkhorn, and Williams Bay.
Wow, they got quite a few teams they're pulling from now. It used to just be Milton back in the day. Might explain why this game's a little bit closer.
Yeah, and these kids, a lot of them are coming from a ways out. Elkhorn and Williams Bay are both, 40-plus minute drives to Janesville, where, Milton's playing out of Janesville now. They've been playing out of Stoughton the past few years. Good. Oh, I thought we had one there. James Shervin with the pass to Dish. Shot goes just wide. Good job by Shoemaker to get in there. And
Benjamin's going to play it here behind the net for Jack Klun.
Yeah, Benjamin likes playing that puck. He's not afraid to come out of there. I'd like to see him bring it up to close to the blue line and let a shot fly.
I got to tell you, Matt, that as a defenseman, that is my biggest nightmare.
Goalies getting too far out of the net.
I really don't even like it when they'll come out and play a puck just in the corner or anything like that, even if they got plenty of time. That scares me, and I would rather them just stay there and keep it between the pipes.
Yeah, I've seen a couple where goalies have been burned this year, getting too far out of the net, and you get a weird bounce on a puck, and then you got an open net to shoot on. Here comes Shervin. He's looking for the shot, goes just wide,
it was
rattles around.
Too.
Jack Klun's going to have an opportunity. He winds up, lets it fly, glove save made, and a whistle with, oh, sorry, folks, forgot to run that clock there, but we're at 57 seconds left in the period.
Panthers put their second power play unit out there. Let's see if they can get a different outcome than the first.
Plenty of offensive punch out there, though.
It has happened before. It can happen again, that is for sure. Work down in the corner for Preston. Comes in with Nick, shoots it. Oh, the rebound gets it for Crum. There you go.
Power play goal for the Panthers. Another last-minute goal here. The time of this one, 16:15 of the second period. Schrader's going to get an assist on that one for sure. I don't know if they'll give a second assist.
I believe that Kingsley should get one as well, but I could be mistaken.
Should. There haven't been a whole lot of second assists given out this year. Not always, anyways.
This isn't soccer. We should be giving those out. Come on.
Well, if it's there, I mean, if they made a pass to help score the goal, give them the assist. But seen some great passes this year, not that should have been assists that weren't counted or were given to the wrong person.
Looks like the Panthers have really found an offensive stride here at the end of the second period. Working the puck, covered up by the Milton goalie here.
So they gave the assist to Kellen Chave, or as somebody's dad announced it, Rico Chave.
I believe that's from Napoleon Dynamite, no?
No, that was a 1990s musician named Gerardo, and he had a hit song called Rico Suave.
Well, the more you know.
And he also did his own version of We Want the Funk. I bought the cassette single of that, you know, back when you could buy spend $1 on a cassette single. I'll admit it.
Get your money's worth out of that one, I'm sure.
Yeah. So he was basically a one-hit wonder with Rico Suave.
5 seconds left here. Panthers trying to get something going. A dangerous hit there made there. Ooh.
So Oregon at least able to get the one goal to make it a one-goal game going into the third period. This is the same position and the same score, I believe, that last year's game was going into the third period as well. And they got a goal quick and early. Let's see. Let me check my notes. So yeah, Ethan Dish tied it within the first minute of the third period on a goal assisted by Jachman and Grice. And then with about 3.5 minutes left, Easton Lindert got the unassisted game winner to cap off a hat trick.
That reminds me a lot. It actually reminded me, too, when you said that the Redhawks are playing in Janesville now. I believe it would have been my junior year. We played Janesville here in Oregon, and we were down 5-1 going into the second period. And by the end of the game, Oregon legend Joe Romer skated it up the ice with 5 seconds left and shot a almost buzzer beater. There was 1 second left on the clock for the Panthers to take home the victory, and that was quite an electric feeling, I gotta tell you.
Well, you mentioned Joe Romer. I'll send some condolences out to the family. Mr. Romer passed away here in recent weeks.
Great guy. He coached me and a lot of my teammates growing up, going through youth, and it's really hard to see.
And then, as far as on the ice, Joe Romer was a part of that line with Andrew Jakey and Rohr.
Yep.
I get all my Rohrs confused. Kyle Rohr?
Kyle Rohr,
okay.
Yep.
And then Tyson Rohr was older?
Tyson Rohr, yep, that was his older brother.
Okay.
I believe I don't know if he played high school for Oregon. I believe he played for Team Illinois, but I could be mistaken.
Okay.
But I do know that Kyle Rohr has been playing hockey out in Anchorage, Alaska.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
okay. For a junior team out there? Or
yep,
what?
I believe it's NAHL, so a NAHL team.
Okay.
That would be in the same league as the Janesville Jets, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up in Anchorage, I tell you what, man, Alaska is amazing. If you ever get a chance to go.
I'd love to go to Alaska. We're experiencing some -10, -20 degree weather right now, and this is about my limit. I gotta tell you, I don't know about going up to Alaska where they're, yeah.
Well, go up in the summer, and then you get the, it starts to get like twilightish at midnight, and then like maybe at 3 in the morning, it's almost what you would call dusk. It's not quite like 24-hour sunlight up there in the summer.
Yeah.
And I was about as far north as Denali.
Okay.
So, a couple hours north of Anchorage.
I've heard the bugs are pretty bad in summertime though.
Yeah. So we stayed in a town called Talkeetna.
Okay.
And so from Talkeetna, you can look over and see Denali, right? And Talkeetna, it's where 3 different rivers merge
Okay.
and form into like one massive river. And yeah, you get mosquitoes the size of small hummingbirds
I
up
was gonna
there.
yeah.
Yeah,
They're different.
yeah.
To live in Alaska, you just got to be different, I suppose.
And it's really surprising, especially in this like large river valley, because when you're in Talkeetna, where you have this river, you have Denali off to your, I guess would be west of you, and once you get up in a plane, because we did a flight seeing that flies around Denali, lands on a glacier, you get to go out and make snow angels and all that stuff. It's amazing. But once you get up in the air, you see how much water there is. It's not just these 3 rivers. It's just ponds everywhere and just
I believe
very
that
wet.
most of Alaska is actually a swamp.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but
No, I there's definitely something to that.
I don't know. There's a lot of interesting things up there in Alaska. Did you get to try the it's something with whale meat where they dehydrate or something like that? Apparently, it's a delicacy up there, but
It sounds familiar. Like I think there was some kind of jerky that was not standard. It was like something from the sea jerky
Yeah.
that we tried a little bit of, and I don't remember if it was whale or if it was some kind of fish.
maybe it was
or
whale.
something.
It's like an acquired taste that they love up there.
Yeah. So I don't know, and it was whatever it was. It was a little fishy. I'd just rather have a regular old beef jerky or something.
Fair enough.
But otherwise, I think most of the dining up there was just kind of your standard. A lot of seafood, a lot of salmon and halibut. Everywhere you go. We even went to a Greek restaurant up there, or I think it was Greek, and had so the kids were trying some things they hadn't usually tried, like a plate of mussels or whatever. And that place was pretty fun, but yeah, that was down in Seward, Alaska. The drive from Anchorage to Seward in the summer, it's just so amazingly beautiful up there, and Alaska is surprisingly colorful.
Really?
There's really only 4 or 5 colors. I mean, so there's white for the snow on the snow-capped mountains,
Yep.
and then you have like your brown or whatever for your rock. But so much green, like the amount of trees up there and the amount of green is great, and then blue with the water because there's so much water everywhere, and pink.
Pink.
Yes, there is a flower called fireweed, and it grows everywhere, and it's pink, and it's delicious because we had fireweed ice cream and jelly,
Whoa.
and yeah, and so they, you can make sweet stuff out of it. It's great. But yeah, pink everywhere up there.
Interesting.
So-
I guess I never really would have thought of that.
No, I wouldn't either, and that's why it surprised me, but just beautiful. So yeah, so hopefully Roar's up there enjoying his hockey time. And do we have any other former Oregon players that you know of that are? I mean, I know some guys that are playing in college here
was
at
gonna
like
say,
rec teams.
I believe that Andrew Jakey, he played playing rec at Iowa State,
Yeah,
or I guess it's ACHA, but that's technically club, and depending on who you ask, they would call that rec hockey. But to me, I'd say that's competitive.
yeah. Yeah, and I know Easton Linder's playing on a club team right now at UW-Madison.
Yep.
And Nick Coulard's going to start in second semester at Platteville. And so we had some of that. I didn't know if any of your teammates were out there playing anywhere.
I don't think we have too terribly many. I never played with Nathan McAlpine, but it wouldn't surprise me if he was still playing. He was
Yeah.
quite a good goaltender.
I know he was looking around trying to find a place to keep playing, but
I don't know. There has been some rumors of some guys around my age that are trying to get a beer league team going. So we'll see how that goes. But I don't know. We might wind up getting our butts kicked quite well. So
that's all right. You can get some of these batch of seniors after they graduate and invite them in, or you have to be 21 to be in a beer league.
I'm not sure. I think that they're doing a summer league.
Okay.
So it's probably a little bit more youth for kids that are like home from college and things like that.
Yeah.
But it'll be a good time if we wind up doing it. But yeah,
Well, that'd be fun.
I don't know.
I just wonder how it is, how seriously and competitive people get, or if it's like when we would do the parent-kids game and there would be a bunch of little bottles lined up there that weren't filled with water.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a whole lot of that, but I know that this would have been a while ago, but there used to be an alumni tournament where they would take a few age groups of guys going up to like, I don't know, they'd get like 35-year-olds, 40-year-olds, and they just say like, all right, these 4 years are in a team, these 4 years are on a team, and they duke it out, and you could probably guess who wound up winning it most of the time, but
probably the younger folks.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I remember being around here for a tournament or two of the alumni tournament, which was a pretty fun time.
Okay. Yeah, I've done basketball alumni tournaments. Obviously, I'm not a skilled enough skater to get out there and do any kind of hockey, but I don't even know. We didn't really have hockey. I went to high school in Portage, and we had one kid who was in my middle school that was a really good athlete, and was like a star athlete in the other sports he played, but he was a hockey first guy. And I remember him telling me about where he played and who he played for and where he went, and it was just all over my head as a 13-year-old with no experience. I mean, the whole figuring out hockey is hard enough for an adult. Like, when your kids
100%.
first start playing, you're like, wait, what's a peewee? Wait, what's a squirt? And all that, and you start getting into AAA and
it has been
and
very
juniors
accurately described as a cult.
All right.
There'll be times, even now I'm working and find somebody who has a hockey hat on, be like, oh, you play hockey, or your kid plays hockey, and it just strikes up a conversation, and it takes a village. I think that once you are in the hockey atmosphere, it's kind of hard to get yourself out too. So
Okay. Yeah, I get that. Somebody asked me, so my kid's a senior. Somebody asked me who's going to do this next year, and I'm like, well, I don't know. I mean, I'll do it if nobody else wants to do it. I'll keep coming up here and broadcasting the games. I mean, I love watching the sport, and Oregon's got a great group of kids, and they're going to lose a lot of seniors, but it's still going to be fun hockey next year and the year after that.
for sure.
Maybe someday I'll be sick of hockey and not want to go to a rink, but after kindergarten to senior year, I'm not burned out yet. So
I know my dad he coached midget hockey, and he took his team to state, I believe, in 1999. And then he stopped coaching for a while because I was born and my sister was born, and then I kind of discovered hockey and wanted to play hockey, and I got into being a squirt, and I played 1 year squirts. My dad was like, all right, that's it, I'm coaching. And so he's pretty much coached every year since, except he stopped a couple years back. He used to be a high school coach here, but I had to ask him because he's had a high school hockey player in the house for 8 years, and like, what do you plan on doing? He's like, I'm going to go down to Florida and sit in a tiki shack and have a good time.
Which sounds like a plan. I think, I believe that Coach Sean he led the Oregon team to the 151 League Championship in his most recent coaching experience over the summer.
That did happen. They're still doing the 151 League. I didn't know.
Yeah. We've actually got the trophy. I thought we were going to bring it to the locker room, but it's still sitting in my basement. So big
it's
road
just
sign,
now, I guess.
51.
Yep.
Well, we'll make sure we get it back when they do the tournament next year. And unless they don't do it, then I guess, put it up on the wall or something. But
yeah, it's been the same trophy, I believe, since my time of doing it. I know my freshman year we did it, and it was in Wanakee. But that was always a good time. They had a little see how fast you can shoot thing going on, and
skills competition. I don't remember if we had that or not. I just know that I think it was 17 seconds left. Oregon got the game winner over Sun Prairie.
There you go.
I think it was. Yeah, some kid named Desmond Kingsley fired the game winner.
I know that Sun Prairie's been quite the tough opponent for Oregon here in the past couple games. We've played them a couple times this year, and
I think they were both 7. I think it was 8-1 and 9-2.
Yeah,
in the 2 games. Yeah, Sun Prairie is looking really good. The only thing that, sucks for Sun Prairie is they're in a sectional. I believe they're in the sectional with Edgewood and Verona, and it's going to be tough.
I believe we're in that section too, aren't we?
No, they've got Oregon's out playing with the Milwaukee schools.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it was we had to battle Brookfield last year.
That's right.
And Oregon off that face-off, the pass from Kingsley to Peterson doesn't connect, and we're going to have an icing call. We got a little Kingsley to Peterson on the ice, Kingsley to Peterson on the microphone. Everywhere you look.
Can't escape it. The PA announcer here trying to get the crowd fired up.
I mean, the Van Halen works for me. I can't speak for everybody else.
I'm more of a Metallica guy, but I certainly do appreciate Van Halen as well.
Oregon's got it. The puck's in the attacking zone here. If Oregon can corral it and get some shots, but Milton's going to break out. Big hit. Dawson Peterson puts somebody on there. Took us.
Puck worked into the zone to Crom. Dishes it into the corner for Peterson. Looking for a man. Finds a back door.
Oh,
what a save.
How did he save that? My goodness. He's doing the splits out there. Crom in great position for the rebound.
Oh, puck in front of the net. No dice.
After all that, Milton's just going to ice the puck. Great opening minute here for the Panthers.
You can tell the Panthers are hungry here. Milton's going to have to figure out an answer to keep them out.
We'll see. I mean, it's a lot easier to track the kids that and so I know first line, second line, third line, and tough for me to follow that with Milton. So I'm not sure how many guys they're playing and if we have a chance to wear them down or not.
I believe they're running 1-2, 1-2-3. That's typically what teams will do unless you're really trying to win a game. Then maybe you'll go 1-2, 1-2-1 or. Last game, I believe we did 1-2-3-4, 1-2-3-4. So I'm not sure what was going on there, but
yeah, I don't know. I think there may have been some complaints and some people hooting and hollering from the stands during the Edgewood game, and so maybe coach is like, I'll give it a try. I'll go a little bit deeper and give some more playing time to some of these guys. I mean, I'm on record. I have faith and confidence in the top 12, 13 forwards for the Panthers here. I think they're all capable, so I don't mind seeing them out there.
Panthers trying to get a fast break there, but just didn't get there in time, and it wound up being an icing.
And there was a little bit of line shuffling. I think Mueller getting a lot more action, and for a freshman, he looks pretty darn good out there, I'd say.
I would say so as well. He's been making some clean passes. A couple shots I've seen him take looked pretty darn good. Better than my shot, even today, so. Oh, an open ice hit on nobody.
Canute Lee. Good effort by Lee to get the puck out of the zone, and then he's rewarded with a big, deemed clean by the officials hit.
Shervin skating it up the boards. Gets by the guy with a little contact, works it behind the net, tries to go short side, and it's behind the net for the Milton defenseman.
Yeah, that time James Height helped him out. He was able to duck under that hit attempt up against the boards.
I do know that early on in James's Oregon hockey career, he was kind of a penalty kill specialist, if you will, or I don't know about specialist, but he led the state in shorthanded goals, which is quite the accomplishment.
Yeah, James Shervin, he's always been a very explosive player, and he was an elite penalty killer.
Jack Klund checks a guy into the referee there.
Good job by referee Zerwick to stay on his feet.
It's hard
I'm not sure about that pass.
Hard to take referees or Coach Zerwick down. It's happened in practice before where somebody will get a little too close, and it's usually not a great deal for the player in that case. Here comes Kingsley with a good hold on the red line. Possible too many men called, but they did decide to let it go. Yachman just dishes it into the zone and goes in for a change.
Oregon had some good chances on that last shift. I know Ethan Dish had a really nice centering pass. He couldn't quite get the stick down to get the shot on net, but Oregon will take the face-off here in front of Porter Malzewski.
That's probably better than my attempt, I will say.
I think we pretty much said the same thing, maybe a little bit different. I know when your dad announced him as a starter, he threw a couple extra syllables in there. Well, he pronounced the I. I think he said it like Malazewski, so.
He's got it all worked out where he'll ask the coach how to pronounce it, and he'll like break down the syllables and all that on his computer. So he puts a lot of time and effort into his role as the PA/lights guy. So he really enjoys doing that, but I'm not sure if he'll be back next year or if he'll be deciding to coach a youth team. Rebound in front from Crom's shot.
Jack Klun coming on the ice at the right time to grab that pass. Intercept it. Good job by Crom to intercept that one. Right into the old bread basket and held by Porter Malzewski.
Tried to beat him 5-hole, just was not there. Just tell there's some frustration here by the Panthers.
Well, they're putting some new bodies out there. So we've got DiMartino, Shervin, and Mueller coming out as the forward line with Grice and Klun, the defenseman. And there's Jack Klun, his shot.
Good.
All kinds of bodies falling on top of the goalie there.
Swallowed up by the goaltender there, and defenseman trying to protect him winds up causing a little bit more issues for the goalie. And I will say that's typically how it goes. Usually the goalies are like it's fine, I don't really, and then the defenseman comes in and blows him up. Tied up there on the face-off draw.
Mueller with the backhand attempt.
It's in.
Held by Porter. The James Shervin went in there for a rebound, and he was just trying to get himself out of the situation. Some of those Redhawks taking offense.
You can tell tensions are running a little bit high here. We'll see how each team decides to navigate that.
Well, you know, protecting goalie, that's job one for everybody out there.
Yep.
Shervin gets that puck off the face-off. Too many black shirts, can't get through, and Milton clears. Jack Klun, the first man to it.
Good puck movement there by the Panthers, trying to get it in neutral zone, regroup. James throws the body into the referee there.
Good job, though, getting his stick on the puck to give Oregon another shot. Klun's shot saved and redirected behind the net. Klun getting tied up with number 23 there, and 23 goes down hard.
Panthers
There's Beckett Johnson.
Get in for a change on a nice dump there by the defenseman Timmy Grice.
Oregon with 3 shirts in front of the net. Good job by somebody came over to interrupt Yachman as he wanted to one-time it in there. Couldn't get his stick up.
Didn't look like the pass was going to line up anyway, but you know, it takes 10 opportunities to get a goal, is what they say.
Yeah. Hard to come by. Oregon averaging, I don't know, like 3.75 goals a game or somewhere in that neighborhood.
It's not a bad number to be at, but it's also not the best number to be at. That'll happen. Tried to tip there for Yachman.
Yeah, Oregon came into tonight's game outscoring the competition 69-67. Milton came in with a pretty big differential, only 40 goals scored and 75 given up. And that includes a 10-0 win over Stoughton this week. So, oh my goodness. Benjamin with the save.
Shot right into the glove. Sometimes it works out great.
Well, good position, and he didn't have to work the hardest for the shot, but he still made that save. So,
and that's
good,
what matters.
Good job by the sophomore out there.
Very well could have hit his pad and bounced out to another guy, and then they put it right in. It was a good job of swallowing up that rebound by our goalie. And here's a foot race here by number 9 on the Redbirds.
No icing. The puck is still live as Preston Crom battles for it in the corner.
Tries to get in front to Dawson Peterson. Doesn't go through. Up to the point. Here comes Canute.
Let's get a goal for Canute. Oh, going up high to the face.
Penalty.
The official saw that one.
Benjamin skating to the bench here. Panthers have the extra attacker. trying to get a goal. Works it up to the point here. Shot on net, swallowed up by the goalie.
Yeah, I saw that shot to the face, and so did the official, calling a little head contact.
Depending on how malicious, this could be a 5-minute, but I believe it should just be 2. Yep, they're giving him 2.
Yeah, we had the interesting, in the JV game, one of the Oregon players got a elbowing minor, but it came with a 10-minute misconduct. Don't see those too often.
Redbirds tonight have been doing a pretty good job on their penalty kill, getting the puck out of the zone and into the other end of the ice.
And so that was Tage Jensen with the elbowing penalty, or the head contact penalty, I'm sorry. And the Milton penalty killers send the puck down. It'll be played by Tyson Benjamin. Of course, if that name sounds familiar, he's the younger brother of Owen Benjamin, who I think was a class of 2024 graduate for the Panthers.
I believe he was 23.
Was he 23?
I
okay.
believe so, yep. But I do know he is a big shot ref now.
Yeah, he refs about 50 games a week, I think. Is that
something like that? That guy's always doing something. Puck behind the net here for Peterson, looking for a man.
So if you have a hockey player anywhere in the state of Wisconsin, there's a good chance Owen Benjamin has refed one of your games.
And there's a good chance he's called a penalty on somebody you know. Puck shot out of the net, the Redbird zone there, collected behind the net by Jack Klun, and he slowly moseys up the ice dishes it up to James Sherv.
Got about 33 seconds left on the penalty as Peterson brings it into the zone. He's got Dish next to him.
Decides to just take his time, bring it behind the net, try and find a guy. Ooh, tries to hit James Shervin. It just does not connect. Redbird's odd man rush here on the penalty kill.
Uh-oh. Good job by Tyson Benjamin, and he gets hit, loses his stick. He has some words.
He's throwing a little shade there at the Redbird attacker. I don't know if that's quite warranted. It seemed like just a good hard work in play, but he's the guy on the ice, so he probably is exchanging some words throughout the game, I would imagine.
So yeah, Shane Salfeld, number 24 for the Redhawks. He came down, was able to get a good shot off, had a good shorthanded goal opportunity. Benjamin made the save, but he crashed into Benjamin, knocked the net loose, and then the two had a little bit, exchanged some chocolate chip cookie recipes. And
I believe that faceoff should have been outside of the zone because the net was knocked off by the Milton player, but they'll play on from there anyway as the Panthers collected on their own blue line.
And the penalty's over. Schrader circles back to make sure that guy doesn't do any cherry picking. Schrader's pass intercepted. And Shoemaker tries to go past 3 Panthers. Nice centering pass. Good save made by Benjamin. Oh.
Good defense there by the Panthers to make sure that they, as dangerous as that might have been, they didn't get really many quality shots, and what they did get to manage to get onto the net there, Benjamin was there for it, so you love to see that.
Yeah, that great rebound opportunity. I didn't see who it was. He didn't get enough on his attempt, but yeah, Benjamin, good positioning, making some big-time saves there.
I believe it might have been Yachman came in and got a little stick check there when he had a wide open net, so kudos to him. As Klun finds Yachman on the other side of the ice as he skates it down, right up the middle.
Goes right through 4 Redhawks, gets a shot on goal. Save made, and here's the Redhawks bringing the puck up, 2-on-2. Now Shervin back to help. Ethan Dish takes the puck away. Jack Klun just got tripped behind the play, no call. Little retaliation. The Milton player didn't like the good defense Klun put on him.
There was a good look there by Knut Lee, but just didn't have his guy looking at him, unfortunately. Could have been an odd man rush.
So with 7:13 left in the third period, Oregon still trails 3-4. Oregon's look pretty good. They've had some decent chances.
Just need one of these to fall in here. We have all the momentum on our side, I would say. Ooh.
Another save by Benjamin from the shot from the edge of the circle.
He got down there a little late, but made the save nonetheless, as Peterson there kind of takes a little shot at a guy a little after the play, but
yeah,
all in good
Dawson
fun.
Peterson's been a little more physical this year, I think. You know, senior, he's starting to get some of those man muscles to him, and
I'm not sure if they count hits as a stat at this level, but I would say that I think Dawson has put a couple on the score sheet if they were.
yeah, that's too much for me to track up here.
Maybe
And
they got the managers doing that somewhere, but. Ooh, Jack Clun trying to skate through a few guys. Oh! Just top cheddar, Bar Mexico. Jack Clun sellies into the student section. Oh, and he trips into the boards.
Senior defenseman fired up. Jack Clun ties it with 6:46 left in the period. So that would be at the 8:14 mark of the third.
It's a little more
Thanks,
math
Miles.
than what I'm good at, so it's a good thing you're on that.
I was actually wrong. I did it for 15 minutes because I just had to do this for the JV game. So
Oh.
change that to the 10:14. Add those 2 minutes. Unassisted goal.
There's a good play there by a freshman Mueller as he chases the puck into the zone.
Barrett Anderson coming on the ice. He's going to get to that puck and flip it right back in as Milton was trying to clear. Milton with the puck. They're going to be able to skate it out of the zone here if the two teammates can get out of each other's way. Yachman almost got a 2-for-1.
He tried to go between his own guy's legs there, and it did not quite work. And then oh, that was a dangerous hit there. He needs to go to the penalty box. That was a knee-to-knee hit. That was horrendous. That was horrendous.
Well, good thing Barrett Anderson's looking all right out there as he gets taken down right in front of the goal, trying to get it. There's a nice hit from behind.
It's not looking good here, folks. Turning into a bit of a wrestling match.
Yachman fires a shot, blocked by 14 Black. Centering pass, Barrett Anderson had to reach and fire. And Milton's able to get it out of the zone. It's a foot race.
Good back check by Kingsley there to get the puck. Fortunately, he wasn't able to hang on to it, but his teammate.
Hand pass by Schrader, no call. But you can hand pass if you're in the defensive zone.
I thought that
Or-
they had changed that rule, but I, as far as I know, that you can do a hand pass in your defensive zone if it meets the conditions of it cannot leave the ice and it cannot leave the zone. So
Okay.
if either of those two things happen, then they will blow the whistle. But
So yeah, Schrader just pushed the puck out in front of him a little bit. So that was a good clean play then.
good chance there for the Redhawks. But the defensemen for the Oregon Panthers keep it out of the net.
Might be time for Oregon to just ice this thing, but Jack Clun doesn't believe in icing. He's going to
Shoot it off
try
the
and get it out to
glass.
DiMartino. Another leg-on-leg collision as both players go down.
Really hate to see those. Those are the most dangerous, and you can get some torn ACLs or MCLs or other Ls. There's not a whole lot of play in the puck here for the Redhawks. They're just taking a lot of cheap shots. You hate to see it.
Yeah, and Oregon does decide to ice the puck. 4:17 left. In a tie game. Is somebody going to get a game winner, or are we going to OT?
If I had to put my money on it, I'm going to go with Barrett Anderson. I think could be the one to put it home. He's going to get a little redemption for his goal that got called off.
I'd love to see it.
Well, who knows? Maybe Tyson Benjamin will get one tonight. That'd be pretty cool to see.
The goalie goal. I mean, I've seen goalie assists. I don't know if I've ever seen a goalie goal.
Dawson trying to lay the body, working him. You'd love to see it. Clun makes a hit behind the net.
Jack Clun not afraid to get physical out there.
Use some of his muscles. Worked up to Crom in the middle of the ice. Cool little move between his legs as he tries to dish it to Peterson backdoor, but it doesn't go through.
Bouncing puck, manages to get past Klun.
As Milton will go for a wholesale change here. Jack tries to get his man up quick for the catch him on that change, but doesn't quite pan out. A lot of trying to skate through and make moves ourselves here tonight. It's not always what'll work.
Yeah, there was some good passing on phase one of that, and then after Milton poked the puck away, the next time out was, Superman. Didn't quite work.
Not sure how they didn't call that a penalty there, but.
Yeah, big hit. Nick Schrader, the victim on that one.
He's kind of got the blessing and the curse of being a small guy out there. You draw a lot of penalties being a little guy, but a lot of times you can get hit quite a little bit more, and it'll be a little bit of a bigger hit.
Yeah, I was making the comparison last game about how in some ways Schrader reminds me of Shervin, just that, you know, they're shorter, they have the low center of gravity, and they seem to spring right back up after every big hit.
Dish trying to work into backdoor, just does not pan out there as James Shervin's getting harassed on the boards.
Yeah, 11 not even trying to play the puck, just trying to put Shervin in a chokehold. That's that other Peterson, number 11.
Ooh, Yakman with a big hit there. The referees are letting him play. Here's Dish with the puck. Oh!
Good block by Milton. And the second shot is right into the goalie, and he holds it. Porter with the save.
Porter M has been playing quite well tonight, I will say. He's been standing on his head and keeping his team in this game. I'd be interested to hear what the saves are for this game.
Yeah, he's certainly racking them up tonight. He has played every minute of the season so far for Milton as well.
Every minute?
Yeah, they have a younger goalie. They have a sophomore who I assume, he played the entire JV game, so I assume it's just the sophomore plays JV and then the junior plays varsity. And
fair enough.
That's
Here's
their setup.
Kingsley with a little pressure behind him, tries to get it over to James. Doesn't quite pan out, but he corrals behind the net, trying to skate it up the ice. Finds his man Preston Crom, skating into the pass. Good defense by the Redbirds. Finding James backdoor, flies by him. Panthers have been not great with their changes here tonight. There have been a couple times where we've been playing with four guys out there, and then all of a sudden a Panther will come off the bench. But here's James trying to get the puck out from under a guy.
So we're down to the last minute and a half. I know if you're watching this game right now, it shows 1:50. I'll get this time adjusted after the icing.
There's a Redbird player down on the play, it looks like. He's peeling himself off the ice and skating at the bench.
1:22 left in the third period of a 4-4 game here at the Oregon Ice Arena. Oregon sending some fresh bodies out there. Dish is going to replace Klun. Seen Coach do this a little bit.
Crom tried to get a quick one there. It almost worked out.
So Ethan Dish lining up at the left defense right now. A role he's done a little bit here and there over the years.
Path out to Dish. Back to Klun. Rip from the point, right at the goalie.
Love save. Yeah, Coach trying to get the five best dudes he can get out on the ice right now. He's got Shavy, Crom, and Peterson as the forward line. Klun and Dish at defense.
Can imagine that Shervin will be the next guy up here if they're trying to get a goal.
There'll be no ice on this one. Oh, there is ice.
It was off of the Redbirds player's skate there at the blue line. So
okay.
If you are watching at home and you are wondering what will happen if they remain tied going after the regulation here, we will have a period of overtime.
Well, 8 minutes.
I believe so, yep. And then if that is still tied, then it will just be a tie.
Yeah, if you're looking forward to a shootout, you're not going to see it tonight.
Oh, Klun on the point, try to get another one. Didn't quite pan out. Crom was there for the rebound. Panthers going to get some fresh legs out there. Take Kellen Chave off.
Yeah, like you said, Shervin the next guy out. Couldn't quite get that puck. Milton poked it out of the way. Big 24 sends it down for another icing.
Almost not an icing. It looks like the Redbirds are running out of a bit of steam here. They've got 50 seconds until they, I believe they will resurface before overtime, or no?
I don't think they do, but I could be wrong.
Fair enough. I know that they got old fart hockey here after this, so we'll see how that goes. There you go. James Shervin takes the puck from the guy.
And again, Milton just looking to put somebody on the ice instead of trying to get the puck.
Oh,
Klun
James trying
walks
to get
it
a
in.
sneaky backdoor pass. Didn't pan out. And another icing for the Redbirds. You can tell that they are punching over and running, huffing and puffing, so they're trying to survive here. Just trying to survive.
Yeah, I think they'll just give them, I could be wrong, but I think they'll just give them 2 minutes break time and then go right back out for the OT.
Makes sense. Here's James corralling it behind the net, looking for his guy. Works it to Peterson, but backhands it to his point, back to Peterson. Skating it in, shoots it, goal! Beats him glove side. Peterson from number 9, Ethan Dish, and number 4, James Shervin. What a goal with 15 seconds left in the third period. I just got a little high five from Coach Paul there. He's pretty excited up here. Now the Panthers just got to close it out as the Redbirds are going to try and get a quick one here. Good look, pass to his guy. Called offsides there, so the face-off will be at center ice because Dawson made the pass from the red line, so it is a little bit further back. 7 seconds to go in this third period. Empty net there for the Redbirds. Oh, they try and get it, but it's tipped off of the Redbird guy, and no empty net goal, but the Panthers will go home with the victory.
And they go over to celebrate in the studio.
James is banging on the glass like a monkey, but
Jack Klun was trying to climb that thing like King Kong over there.
I believe he wanted to press the easy button, but I don't know if he knows this or not, but it is actually just a piece of plywood. It will not say easy for him.
Yeah, it's still fun to try and get a piece of that.
That's been around since before my time, so that's been an Oregon tradition for a while.
So great effort by the Panthers. They were down 4-2. They got a goal. Last minute of the second period, Preston Crom got one to make it 3-4, and then they just persevered. Jack Klun got the game-tying goal, and Dawson Peterson with a game winner with 15 seconds left.
That was a good, gritty hockey game there. You love to see it. You know, seen some adversity. Panthers were trailing the whole game, and you know, you only got a lead in the last second, so.
But they spent the last 2 minutes just in front of Porter Milazewski, who played a great game out there for Milton tonight. But Oregon just put the pressure on the last couple minutes, and it was just shot after shot. And then Milton, all they could do was ice the puck time after time, and eventually Oregon was able to get the face off and generate that goal.
I think that Milton kind of had their guys out there, the guys who are their main guys, and thought that would be enough to take them into overtime, but evidently the Panthers are going home with the win. And the Redbirds will have a long bus ride home to Janesville.
And so the final score tonight here at the Oregon Ice Arena, the Oregon Panthers 5 and the Milton Redhawks 4. And I just want to remind you that this OCA Media production is brought to you by the nonprofit OCA Media. Hey, you can become a supporter if you enjoy watching these sporting broadcasts and the good community event programming. You can visit ocamedia.com, find ways to help out or contribute. And I want to thank our sponsors again, the Village of Oregon, the Oregon School District, the Oregon Athletic Booster Club, Oregon Area Cares Community Coalition, One Community Bank, Shackelford Heating and Cooling, Stoughton Health, J.L. Richards Prime Meat and Catering, Wisco Industries. For Caden Peterson, thanks so much for joining us, Caden.
Thank you for having me.
And for Miles on the camera, my name is Matt Kingsley, and we'll be back with our next game. I don't know. I've got the schedule somewhere around here. When's our next home game? It is. There's not many of them left. The next home game will be Tuesday, January 27th. McFarland is coming to town.
That'll be
And
one
they're
that
playing-
boys want to win.
Playing for, what's the trophy that they play McFarland
The Swenson Cup.
for? The Swenson Cup. Thank you for that.
There's been a long, storied history of Oregon having that, and I believe that McFarland has it now. And
Yep.
a little word of advice to the McFarland guys: don't drink out of it, because there were some McFarland guys that decided to drink out of it a few years ago, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say what happened to that cup, but I would not want to drink out of it if it were me.
Did someone throw up in it?
No,
Someone pee in it?
closer, but no, just all.
Okay,
yeah.
we'll just leave it at that. If you want to find out more, you got to find Caden and ask him the story, and he'll tell you. All right, thank you very much for joining us. On behalf of OCA Media, have a good, warm Friday night.